Hey everyone, I did another rock trade with my Rocktok friend Kris. Let's open it up and see what's inside. This is a pretty big box and it feels like there's a lot of stuff in it. There's some loose rocks in there, some of them are polished, some are rough. There's this really cool little polished rock in a baggie. This is all the stuff inside the green box. I really like this green and white bumpy one. This one has lots of cool textures in it. These are all the rocks from the green bag. There are a lot of different colors in there. I think this one's a red jasper. And I really like all the different crisscrossy stripy rocks. I actually have an empty barrel, so I'm going to throw a bunch of these in my 3-pound tumbler. I don't know much about them, so it's kind of an experiment for me. I'm going to put in the stage 1 grit and run them for about 10 days. Today I'm checking on the rocks that Kris gave me in our rock trade. The barrel is super filthy for some reason, but let's see how these look. It seems like they lost quite a bit of volume, so I'm hopeful that they're pretty smooth. There are some super cool patterns showing up in these. I love the greens. I love all the swirls and stripes. A couple are ready to be set aside for stage 2, and I'll be adding in a few more rocks that Kris gave me. I'm super happy with how these are turning out. Thanks again, Kris. The rocks from my friend Kris are coming out of stage 2. They haven't lost much volume, but let's get them cleaned off and see what they look like. They look pretty good so far. This kind of speckled one's my favorite, but I really like all of them. There's some great patterns and colors. They're going back on the tumbler for 10 days in stage 3. We'll see you then. The Kris Rocks batch has been in stage 3 for about 10 days, and it's time to get them cleaned off and moved on to the next stage. This batch is coming out so beautifully, so many great details in these. Check out this kind of tiger stripey one. This one almost looks like Kambaba jasper. And this one might be some kind of stromatolite. Geology Johnson, any thoughts on that? I decided to finish these up in the vibratory tumbler because it uses so much less grit. So these are going to run for 3 days in the 800 aluminum oxide. The Kris Rocks batch is finishing up in stage 4. Well, the pre-polish stage anyhow. So it's time to switch them to the polish stage. I'm not going to go through these rocks. I kind of want to leave them as a surprise after the final polish. So yeah, we'll just leave it at that. This is the polish going in now, and they'll run for about 5 days. The Kris Rocks batch are done with their final polish, and they are ready to get cleaned off. I did clean these off with a toothbrush, but they still had some little bits of polish stuck in the cracks and crevices, so I ended up doing a wash cycle, which I very rarely do, but they kind of needed it. Nice and frothy there. And they came out great, super shiny. This one is still my favorite, I think. And this one still has that little heart on it. This one has a tiny metallic little square on it. And the tiger stripe one looks great. So does the Kambaba jasper wannabe. Yeah, great batch. Thank you so much, Kris. These were a lot of fun to tumble. We'll see you next time.